So I guess my next follow-up question would be if there's a pattern, and even if it's not this pattern, there's another pattern I'm having that I myself recognize, but it's so ingrained in my gameplay because sometimes I do get rewarded for it. How do I break down that habit mid gameplay? I can think about it all I want outside of gameplay and be like, that's what I need to do next time. But then when I get back into it, it's like panic option.
With regards to the habit, so are we still talking about like Nair into PK Fire or like just something else? Because you said another habit.
Yeah, I mean, just anything like that. So that is probably one of my worst habits is doing that, running back PK Fire. I think I've got like one ledge habit. I think I tend to neutral get up the most, but I'll try to switch that up as best as I can. But
For this is where you kind of turn it into a little bit of a science project where you're going to have a bunch of different things written down as far as, I guess, multiple thesis statements or multiple variables that you could change. And you should just practice trying them to see how people react and see what happens. Because more often than not, and I've talked about this a long time ago, I want to say it was Soltrex, a Captain Falcon player, we talked about if you always rely on the same thing. Oh no, it was Raph. For a lot of players, when they get stuck approaching in one way, is because they almost, I guess you could say, blindly believe that it always works. Or you can almost gaslight yourself into believing that when it works frequently and all the time and it's very consistent and you know what to do when it lands. And when it doesn't work, you blame the fact that you did it at the wrong time versus saying that it didn't work. So when you play, let's say if you use a different approach option, let's say your different approach option is coming in with like a back air, for example, or running up and for a down tilt. When that doesn't work, you blame the move. You say like back air doesn't work or down tilt as an approach option doesn't work. It was Raph. If you always rely on the exact same setup, let's say you trust PK Fire, if anything else you go for doesn't work, you're going to say that setup doesn't work. But PK Fire would have worked because you've seen the pros and cons of when it doesn't work. But if anything else you try and it feels like you do it at the wrong times, like you just instantly don't believe that it's the right thing to do. And that's how you revert back to PK Fire or back to whatever your setup is. So what I would say is you should be willing to fail upwards or crash and burn with new setups to see what it looks like and see how it works. Because if I, let's say, go falling up air into dash back side B, it's like, well, if let's say that's my favorite thing to do is falling up air side B. When I get side B, I know I can get active hop combos, I can get up air, I can get back air, I can get down air, I can even get footstool stuff on the platforms. I know all these things I can do out of side B. But if I start going for, let's say, falling up air into run up down tilt or falling up air into like down air like this, and if I think to myself, well, I went for down air and it just didn't work, it was too slow, or like you just moved out of the way, and if I use side B I have more range, so therefore it would have worked. If I feel like that, I'm kind of blinding myself and saying I just don't remember or don't care I don't care about every single time that you shielded side B and grabbed me and killed me, because those situations definitely would happen as well. And there's definitely an upside to going for down air or down tilt as well too, because for down air, let's say for example if you were to dash back and shield and I throw out down air right here and I completely miss, at least I'm not dead, right? So there's still definitely an upside to going for something else, even if it's not the reward that I wanted. I might not see that moment where it's like, okay, I didn't get punished, so therefore it wasn't a positive for me because I didn't get like down into like a back air or something, or down into some crazy combo. So then I just kind of write it off as not important. But for yourself, what you should be doing literally is writing these things down: Nair PK Fire, Nair dash back dash attack, Nair dash back back air, Nair dash back into dash back in with a grab. Just all these different things to see how can you counterplay your opponent if they call out the PK Fire. In the case of that, it would be fair, right? Or it would be wait for them to jump over, and you could even charge something, right? If they jump right into it, let's say if I was to jump in like this and I see you go for an F smash, but maybe I don't get hit, but now I'm scared of jumping in, right? Now I'm going to sit back here because I might be expecting F smash, in which case you can go for PK Fire again. Or maybe I jump towards you and then I shield because I notice, oh, you didn't do anything, and now I'm scared. Now you get a free grab. Or you jump up towards my shield right in front of me, and now you get a fair because now I'm scared in shield. But you're never going to get any of those other responses out of me if you don't test out those other things and recognize that a neutral, literally neutral as far as not good or bad interaction, is still something that you can use. As far as like, let's say going for Nair into dash back F smash or Nair into jump away back air. Even if you don't hit me, unless your opponent just doesn't care about anything, they should be recognizing that, hey, you mixed it up for a reason, and I have to now be scared of something else. It's not just PK Fire, and I can't just jump in blindly and hope that you're going to go for PK Fire so I can get a free punish.
That makes sense.
The TLDR for that realistically is consistently try different options, genuinely write them down, right, on the computer, wherever you want, just so you can look at them and see them and just try them out in a game. You can go into the apprentice chat, you can go into Elite Smash, you can play against your friends. Obviously play against an actual human being, like don't go against a computer because they won't care or get conditioned, but try them out. So let's say if it's Nair, it could jump away back air. Just see if they jump right into it and you get a free back air and get a kill even. Or if it's like Nair and then let's say you go Nair and then you go for like, let's say double jump Nair, like Nair into like, I don't know, Nair into dash back, down smash or F smash or up smash, something. Or even just Nair into dash back and just wait, see if they do. Because they might go like this and be like, oh shit, and they air dodge like that because they thought you were going to do something else, right? You can catch people slipping, as I say all the time, or make them panic. And I do it all the time even when I'm playing against you or anybody. Well, I'll go for something like this and they'll just walk away slowly and they're like, oh shit, like then you just swing it at nothing.
Yeah.
And then I just catch you for making that mistake.
That makes sense. I do notice you do that too.
Yeah, ultimately it boils down to me knowing I've built the belief system for myself, where I've learned to trust myself and say, this into this is effective. Walking away and in quotations doing nothing is still something because I'm eliciting a response out of you to be scared that I didn't just lunge at you immediately, land on your shield, and give you a free punish. So now you have to think twice. That's the idea. That's what we're trying to do here. It's a lot. I know it's a lot of information, but I think you're getting it.
You want to do another match and see if I can try to apply some of this?
Sure. I will say it's not easy to do on the fly if you don't really have anything prepared for yourself, but this is like I said before, writing it down is also like the off-screen or off-the-field preparation, right? It's like watching game film if you're a professional athlete. You don't have to be playing to get better at playing. Tempo training, bro. So right there, I can say
down tilt kills.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So in that situation there, I shot out lasers. Oh, I have no jump, and I did that because like even last time when I was shooting out lasers, eventually you're using side magnet. So it's like if I shoot out lasers again, you're probably gonna use it again because it makes sense. And as soon as you do, I just stopped using lasers and I went for something that I could punish the side magnet with. In that case, it was down tilt because you had to land, right? Oh. Okay. So you caught me with, I think, jab or something kind of on the weaker side to get a tech chase twice now, and now you've gone for PK fire twice. In which case, when I get up, I'm just reflecting it, right? Oh, it's got you. Okay. So same thing there, right? So if you get those knockdowns, like whether it's jab 3 or like a late nair or something, and I'm teching in place, you could be running up and going for an up smash because I'm looking for PK fire. At that point, I'm going for like a reflector, in which case you could go for up smash if you're very, very fast, or you could try and jump over the top and come down with a down air and hit me for going for my reflector, right? So the flip in that case would be the jab, and then the flip out would be not doing PK fire there, but instead switching it out for something else.
Yep. Okay. And I know we talked last time about the same thing. I feel like I'm always overestimating my opponent and their ability to adapt, because I'm always thinking that if I go for something that I think will do it, they're
already
for something else. Yeah.
That you're thinking that your opponent's you're too big braining it, I guess you could say. So you're thinking that they're just gonna know your next step before you even try it once, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I say keep your opponent honest and do it anyways. Make me prove it to you. You don't want to outplay yourself or outsmart yourself by thinking like, oh, well, I've, in quotations, conditioned this person to jump, and the one time I go for PK, or one time I don't go for PK fire, they're not going to jump, and now I'm going to get like back aired, or sorry, I'm going to get like up smash or something for trying to go for back air, and so I'm not going to switch off of PK fire, for example, right?
Yeah.
I've said this to people in the past as well, where it's like, you don't have to get someone to roll away 15 times to decide that they have a roll away habit. If they do it once, punish it, because it's free percent being left on the table. If they roll away, you get like a dash attack. They roll away, you run with them and get an up smash over and over again. And if they never switch it up, then they just lose. And like I've said too, in the confines or in the, I guess, the perspective of a tournament set, they don't really have the opportunity to adapt over the course of an hour, right? So instead of saying, oh, I'll try and figure out their habits or whatever and give them a chance and like trick them into doing something later, it's like you can do that, but for me it's like it's 2 games most likely. Like I don't really know how far in one direction you have to push someone to really get them to believe, or like I don't know how far you have to push someone in one direction for yourself to believe that they do have a habit. If I knock you down with something and you tech in place, it's like this guy techs in place. That's what I say to myself immediately. So I'm covering tech in place every single time. And if I catch you with that, let's say 4 or 5 times in one game, it could be 3 stocks to 1 almost immediately. So I didn't have to let you tech in place 5 times and just not punish you. And then see like in the future if I can still catch you and make you do that. I'm not big braining it there at all. That's like, okay.
So if you see him do if you see him do a reaction to something, probably just punish it next time that situation happens.
Yep. Same thing with like the nair into PK fire, right? I didn't have to let you do it 30 times to be like, he's going to nair PK fire. It was once. Literally once. And then it's like, okay, I'm punishing this. I guess going back to the whole belief system in yourself or trust in yourself, let's say if I go like this into this, it's like, okay, this guy always fares after falling up air. And that's what you should be going to punish. Whether or not it's the truth, make me prove to you that it's not true. Don't decide for me that I'm going to mix it up. Okay?
Okay.
So if I jump away with a fair like this, just F smash or up smash or go for a back air, whatever you want to trade with that. You can run up and shield, have me land on your shield and get a grab, back throw, down throw, whatever you want. And if I don't adjust and continuously land on you with fair, then I lose because of that. And let's say if I do adjust and I no longer have this habit, the damage is done. If I've lost 2 stocks or I've lost the first game, in the next game I adjust, or I'm starting to adjust, it's sometimes too little too late. So it doesn't matter.
That makes a lot of sense too. Okay.
Always trying to think
if you're already dead, you already lost the life.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. Exactly.
Already got my lead.
Exactly. And then from that point forward, that's where you start to go to the walling out in defense. And now I have to figure out how to get in on someone who, let's say, has the download on me already. So if I ever panic and go like this into, oh shit, fair, because I think that you're going to do something different, this is me reverting back to, like, let's say, natural instinct to say, okay, fair is my favorite move, or fair is my safest move in my eyes. So I'm just going to go for that. And you can pull this out of someone who's panicking very easily, especially if you have a lead. Right? If I try and do something risky and I try and catch you for overextending because I think this is now my chance, if it's not really my chance and you're very well aware of that, I can lose even more. This is me digging a hole for myself, right? And
I can see. Okay. Yep.
And this is all because, let's say, for example, you decided after 1 or 2 interactions that I have a fairing habit versus letting me fair and fair and fair and fair the entire game, potentially even take the first game. And now you think you have like this ace up your sleeve for the next game where it's like he has no idea that I know that he fares. And now you're going to just destroy me the next game. You might, right? Here's the thing, you might, but you didn't have to do that. You could have just won the first game by believing.
I can see that.
They're going to do it right there. He would have just died. Oh! Not the taunt to get body. He's actually disrespectful. I can't believe this.
Did I taunt? I didn't mean to taunt.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.